2.12. That is all that separates Olympic gold from heartbreak in Milan. At the 2026 Winter Olympics, the women's singles free skating final is no longer just a competition. It is a pressure chamber, a single under rotation, a step out, one missed landing. And the podium could completely change. Japan's Ami Nakai leads after the short program, but her margin is razor thin. Just 2.12 points separate Nakai, Kaori Sakamoto and Alysa heading into the free skate. In Olympic terms, that is nothing. And history tells us what that means. The free skate decides everything. Nakai, just 17 years old, made her statement in the short program with a triple axel, one of the most difficult jumps in women's skating. It carries enormous base value. Few women even attempt it. Fewer land it cleanly on Olympic ice. If she lands it again tonight, especially under this pressure, she could mathematically secure the technical edge needed for gold. But the Olympic free skate is not won on math alone. Kaori Sakamoto is waiting. She does not have a triple axel. She does not rely on ultra-risk layouts. Instead, she dominates in program component scores: speed, transitions, skating skills, performance quality. In Olympic judging, those components matter. Flow across the ice, edge control, musical interpretation. Judges reward completeness. And Sakamoto has built her career on consistency. In a competition this tight, elite PCS can erase technical gaps. And then there is Alysa, the reigning world champion, sits third. For the United States, her skate represents more than a medal. It represents the possibility of ending a two-decade Olympic drought in women's singles. Her free skate will carry not just difficulty, but expectation. And Olympic expectation changes everything. The scoring system adds another layer of tension. Jumps performed in the second half of the program receive a 1.1 times base value bonus. That means skaters stack their hardest elements late. It raises the reward. It raises the risk. Fatigue sets in. Legs tighten. Ice feels smaller. One fall late in the program is devastating. Not only does it lose base value, it triggers grade of execution deductions. Under rotations are reviewed. Step outs, lower scores. A single mistake can cost more than 2 points. And tonight, 2 points decide gold. But there is another name that cannot be ignored: Adeliia Petrosian. Competing as an individual neutral athlete, the Russian champion brings elite jump difficulty and one of the strongest technical training systems in the sport. If the leaders falter, she has the arsenal to surge onto the podium. Olympic free skates often rewrite standings. The final skating order increases tension. The last skaters feel the weight of the arena. Crowd intensity in Milan will build with every routine. Judges, though impartial, are not immune to atmosphere. Momentum matters. Beyond medals, this competition reflects a deeper shift in women's figure skating. The minimum age rule has now been raised to 17. The sport is entering a transition phase, balancing athlete welfare with escalating technical difficulty. Teenagers still dominate, but they are older, stronger, and strategically trained for longevity. At the same time, technical standards are rising. Triple axels are no longer rare. Quad attempts remain in discussion. Risk-heavy layouts are becoming normalized. Japan's presence tells another story. With 3 skaters inside the top 4, Japan's women's program demonstrates unmatched depth and technical consistency. It is no longer about one star. It is about systemic dominance. If Nakai or Sakamoto wins gold, it reinforces Japan's position as the current global powerhouse. If Liu prevails, it signals a resurgence for the United States. If Petrosian breaks through, it reopens questions about competitive balance in the sport. Every outcome reshapes the narrative. And the free skate is unforgiving. Unlike the short program, there is no cushion, no second segment to recover. This is the final calculation. 7 elements, combinations, spins, step sequences, choreographic sequences. Each detail carries weight. Each landing carries consequence. The pressure in Milan will not be subtle. It will be visible in the pauses before takeoff, in the breath before the music starts. And in that silence, Olympic history waits. The women's singles final at Milan Cortina 2026 is not simply close. It is historic in its margins, the closest in decades. Three athletes separated by 2.12 points. Multiple technical strategies. Different philosophies of skating excellence. Power versus precision. Difficulty versus artistry. Risk versus reliability. By the end of the night, one skate will stand above the rest. Gold will be decided not just by difficulty, but by execution under pressure. And in Olympic figure skating, pressure changes everything. When the final pose hits and the scores appear, the sport may look very different than it did this morning.